I'm here with Louisa Shafia. Tell me about your new cookbook.
It's about Persian cooking, which is the food of Iran, and it's kind of my spin on Persian cooking. So it's very healthy, it's very seasonal and local oriented, and it's simplified from traditional Persian cooking.
Why did you decide to say, hey, I'm shooting for Persian?
Well, my dad is from Iran, and I grew up tasting those foods a little bit when I was young, because I grew up in Philadelphia, so very far removed from Persian culture. When I grew up and entered the food industry, I was very into healthy cooking. That's always been my thing. And I started exploring Persian food just a little bit, and I thought, wow,
this is cool. You're totally digging it.
What are these ingredients? Dried limes, sour oranges, pomegranate molasses, cardamom. These are amazing flavors and nobody even knows about them. So part of what I wanted to do was really help people learn about this cuisine that's kind of been hidden from the West for many years.
Do you think that's because of political relations over the past 25, 30 years? Longer?
We barely have a relationship with Iran, especially since the 1979 revolution.
Right.
So yeah, of course these foods aren't really going to be popular. Also, before the 1979 revolution, there were almost no Iranians in the U.S. Very, very small number. So it wasn't like, you know, say Chinese people or Indian people who, there have been many immigrants in this country for many, many years, so we're more familiar with those cuisines. Yes, if you go to the Los Angeles area, there are lots of Iranians.
So does that mean you can get like some of the rarer ingredients, let's say out in LA?
You can get everything you need to make Persian food in LA. There are many, many Iranian grocery stores there. There's other ones around the country. I mean, pretty much every city has at least one Persian grocery store, maybe a little bit hidden. You have to find it. I live in Brooklyn. The area of New York that has a lot of Persians is Great Neck, Long Island. There's a big,
kidding. Okay. What exit? You know?
That I don't know. But you can go out there. There's Persian grocery stores. You can get everything you need. So a lot of things you can find substitutes for. There's a very sour berry called barberries that are cooked with rice or cooked with chicken. If you can't find barberries, you know, you can use dried cranberries. And the other thing is a lot of these ingredients are becoming more common. So now you can find sumac at a lot of Whole Foods stores. You can find pomegranate molasses at Whole Foods. Rose water, all these really key ingredients of Middle Eastern and Persian food. They're much, much more mainstream these days. So you probably won't have to look too far. A traditional Persian Jewish dish that a bubby might make at a holiday, it would be fesenjoon. That's a chicken stew, but the sauce is with ground walnuts and pomegranate molasses. So it's sweet and savory and a little bit sour all at the same time, and it's a very typical Iranian flavor combination. You'll find a lot of fruit and meat, and it's delicious.
Are you team cake or team pie?
That's a great question.
I'm assuming there's got to be like Persian cake or a Persian pie.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with cake.
Team cake. All right.
Team cake, because I'm much better at making cakes than making pies.
Well, you want to make something you're going to enjoy, right? That's going to come out well.
Yeah. So I have a knack for cakes. Persians love sweet foods. So usually for dessert, you'll just have fresh fruit and nuts. But for special occasions, there's all kinds of different pastries. Cookies, you're always going to have cookies with tea. And then there's all kinds of sort of frilly pastries with lots of whipped cream.
So I should hop on the train and I'll see you in Williamsburg. We'll have tea and pastries.
Okay, so if I tell you to come at 2 o'clock, you come at 3 o'clock. That's Persian time.
Keep that in mind. Food Biker is a part of this complete breakfast.